Okay, as the election starts rolling forward and we're kind of a slow time, let's take a step back to take stock. Let's look at the Republicans. Scott Walker's out. You heard our last video or a couple videos ago. It said he looked horrible in the debate. The second debate, he didn't step up, didn't do what he had to do. He's gone. Goodbye. Gong show. Out comes the cane. He's gone. There'll be a few more gone pretty quickly after this. And Donald Trump, who we said a while back would be using the word exposed, and didn't mean exposed negatively as we said then. Rather, it was he would be exposed to the world and he'd have to stand up and now be able to back up his talk with real programs. Has not come up with any programs. He has not been that impressive. He's not gaining strength. He seems to have kept strength but not gaining any, which is not good. He should be building. He should be able to move on it. He hasn't done it yet. He's promising a defense program and tax program. We'll see. Carly Fiorina is kind of happening, but I just don't think she's any more than a vice presidential candidate. Ben Carson only going where he's going. So it looks like, and you know how we feel, is that he'll be a great cabinet secretary. He would overhaul the VA almost immediately. He'd be great for all the veterans, and then send him and his expertise to another cabinet. Just let that man be a minister without portfolio and run around and take care of all of it, because he's a genius, would do a great job. So it looks like the politicians, at least we think, are going to start rising unless Trump can put his foot down and really start moving and come out with some programs. He has no programs. Carly Fiorina only has some. Carson really doesn't have any to be able to compete with what these other dudes are talking about, and it's kind of starting to bubble a bit, and it's going to be very interesting to see where Trump goes. You know how we feel. He's going to kind of think he's going to peak and then kind of come down, and unless he can turn it around, I just don't see it. But who knows, man? There's a long time till this first election. The Democrats, we really haven't popped on the Democrats, but it's Hillary has been always up front. We respect and think would really be a good president. Not saying who knows who's running. I mean, who's going to be the Democratic or Republican nominees, but we think that Hillary would be an excellent president if she was president. But her problem is she is so transparently not telling it like it is that it just hurts her. She's going against Bernie Sanders. Everybody knows Bernie Sanders tells you what he thinks. Whether you agree with him or not, Bernie Sanders tells you what he thinks. You got to give him credit for it. He's right out there. He lays it out there, believes it. You can see it, and he tells it. He doesn't back down. Hillary just keeps moving farther and farther left. Hillary isn't that far left. Hillary is a moderate to the left. That's always been her. Now she's suddenly going all the way to the left. Keystone, and all this stuff. She's talking a little stronger on defense, but she's pandering. She's pandering, trying to get votes. People don't like that. She's so far ahead of everybody in money that she's probably still going to be able to roll forward. But please, be yourself, Hillary. Come on out to us, Madam Secretary. Let us see the real Hillary Clinton, the really smart person who lays it out there, tells us what you think, and if we don't like it, it's too bad because you're telling us what you think and you're upfront about it. Come on, do it. People will really respect you for it. Joe Biden, the vice president, all he could really do, we think, would be to hurt Hillary. Be another establishment candidate. We'd have two establishment candidates going against an anti-establishment candidate in Bernie Sanders. This could end up being 1964, where the Republican Party went so right-wing with Barry Goldwater. Nelson Rockefeller had no chance. They went all the way over with Barry Goldwater. They got smashed by LBJ. Smashed. So will the Democratic Party go all the way over to the left with Bernie Sanders because Joe Biden jumps in, splits the vote with Hillary, and now we have two establishment candidates fighting over the moderate to the left, and Bernie Sanders walks with 100% or most of the real far left wing of the party? Could be really interesting. Otherwise, it could be 68. We've been saying it. 64 or 68. And will Hillary become HHH? During the 68 convention, Robert Kennedy had been assassinated previously. There was no really strong candidate to come in, so Eugene McCarthy came in. It wasn't strong enough. He just wasn't the man to put it over the top. So Hubert Humphrey, the VP, HHH, a strong liberal, won the nomination. almost won the presidency, but won the nomination and ran out with it. Is this what we're looking at with Hillary? Is this how it's going to go? Hubert started changing his positions at that time also. So it's going to be very interesting to see. That's where we are. I think it's going to be a really strong Republican candidate. You can't underestimate the Republicans. You can't. And it's going to be really interesting with the Democratic side with this debate coming up in a few weeks. Looking good. Things are happening. Republicans having problems, real issues. We'll get into them, but it always works out. Peace.